Ever come across stories of adrenaline junkies tightrope walking above crocodiles? Or wondered about the right way to fend off sharks? Well, today's your opportunity to get enlightened. Join me in this video as we dive into some of the most unexpected and hair-raising animal interactions ever captured on film. Brace yourself for a wild ride. Let's dive in. Foreign territory. The desire of tourists to see exotic animals more and more often lately leads to accidents. But this group was not frightened at all, despite the fact that the huge elephant clearly warned them that their boat was on foreign territory. Right in the nose. Not all divers dare to dive with sharks, but this group is clearly not one of the cowardly ones. Look, when a man is approached by a 3-meter-long bull shark, he just punches it in the nose. Of course, his friends are on standby and ready to chase the predator away in case it decides to attack, but the shark's in a hurry to get away by itself. Weird, huh? Scientists think that if the shark gets a good punch in the nose, it'll get scared and lose interest. The explanation for this magic is that the shark's nose is the most sensitive and has many nerve endings. So a punch in the nose can disorient it. It seems that the rumors don't lie. In addition, experts do advise to punch a shark in the nose, but only in the most extreme cases. If a shark circles around a person, it's just interested in them, but if it drops its lower jaw, it's preparing to attack. The return is not according to plan. It was supposed to be a touching video of the animal's happy return to the wild. The bear was supposed to rush happily to rediscover its native forests, but the bear didn't live up to that hope. Before going into the wilderness for some reason, it decided to taste the camera on which the return was filmed. The battle of life. Many people believe that it's impossible to resist venomous snakes in the open combat. Indeed, what can you do against a creature that can finish you off with a single bite? However, the footage taken by one of the hidden cameras of an American wildlife refuge proves otherwise. Not only did the young lynx not panic at the sight of the snake, but it fearlessly confronted it, and it was victorious in just a few minutes. It seems that snakes are not so all-powerful. Further in this video, there are even more frightening animal incidents and encounters caught on camera. Stay tuned to see a lion in an ordinary apartment building, a tightrope walk over a lake full of crocodiles, human-elephant confrontations, and more. Let's move on. To warm welcome. There's little information on the internet about the family from this video. Their profession probably has something to do with wild animals, but is that really a reason to keep them in your home? Look at the warm welcome the lioness gave to this man. This lioness lives in a Czech family, while most people keep their domestic lions in an enclosure or cage. This family keeps the lioness in their own home. It's lived with this family since it was a baby cub. Now the lioness weighs about 140 kilograms and moves about the house and the yard without any problems. The video shows the big cat peacefully playing with the owners of the house. They feed it from their hands and everything seems quiet, calm, and peaceful, but don't let yourself be fooled. Things can go wrong as soon as the owners lose caution. The lioness pounced on the journalist who came to the family to shoot a documentary about the unusual pet. The video shows the lioness tried to bite the journalist, grabbing him by the hand and finally throwing him to the floor. The owner of the family tried to help but unsuccessfully. Fortunately, the journalist managed to crawl away to safety. Otherwise, things could have ended much worse for him. He was virtually unscathed except for the teeth marks and scratches from the animal's claws. After the video appeared on social networks, people began to comment on it and get indignant. You bet. If you watch the video with sound, it becomes clear that it was just a fluke that saved the journalist from serious injuries. Even a domestic lioness, which is beloved by its owners, remains a wild animal that has hunting instincts in its genes. Moreover, it has the body of a perfect killer, claws and sharp teeth, walking over crocodiles. Over the past few decades, a great many extreme sports have been invented, but it's never enough for thrill seekers. Some of them just need to do something that no one else has ever done, and this is how it ends. How do you like that? Walking over crocodiles. Sure, these guys are professional tightrope walkers, but skill doesn't always mean fearlessness. If you were a great tightrope walker, would you dare to walk over crocodiles? The greediest frog. An African bullfrog, also known as the pixie frog, is an incredibly greedy creature. If its prey is smaller and can fit in its mouth, it's enough for the African bullfrog to start hunting. See how it kills flies, worms, and even mice, and how touchingly the owner worries about his pet's success in this video. Yes, instead of cats and dogs, some people decide to keep frogs as pets. Dangerous fishing. At first glance, there's nothing special. We see an ordinary video about amateur fishing, but nothing ordinary can be in this video, right? Look closely. In a few seconds, the guy miraculously saves his life. A giant fish with a sharp nose jumped aboard the boat and nearly pierced him. Behind the glass. What does the turkey expect? I could tell by the way its master was having fun teasing the huge bird that it wouldn't be able to get into the house. However, if there were no glass between them, the man would be unlikely to behave in this way. Even a pet bird can be a formidable adversary if it's annoyed. We can only hope that the bully remembers that birds have an excellent memory for offenses. Defeat the deer. This is by no means the largest deer in the world, but it's still kind of scary to fight it. It's not known why the national park staff needed to urgently round up the adult animal, but they clearly had their reasons, and they had the injuries too. The battle lasted for 45 minutes, and it took the efforts of 2 adult humans to defeat the deer when one of them got injured. Attack on the golf course. Remember I told vindictiveness of birds. I wonder if this is the same weirdo we saw before. The man was going to play golf and was clearly unprepared for the attack by the feathered aggressor. There's no telling how a bird, even a large one, plans to defeat a man with an iron club, although it doesn't seem to care about such trivialities as the man is running away. Unexpected client. The most ordinary day in India, an elephant decided to go to the cafe for a lunch. The animal calmly enters the room. It's not known whether it was the smell of food or simple curiosity that attracted it, but the owners of the place are obviously not happy about such an unexpected guest. A group of men managed to chase the animal away with the help of shouts and waving of a burning stick. It's believed that elephants are very afraid of fire. It seems to me, though, that the animal was simply too clever and decided to get away from the place where no one was happy to see it. However, the chase continued outside. I can understand the locals. Indian elephants are known for their unpredictable temper. No one knows what can come into the mind of this giant in the next second, which means locals need to make sure it leaves the village as soon as possible. Creepy hugs. This is how a walk in the woods can end for those who don't look around. However, it seems that the advice to freeze in place when encountering a bear does work. The animal shows no aggression toward the girls who are frozen in terror at the edge of the hiking trail. The voice of their guide can be heard behind the scenes. The guide is giving commands, but so far he can't help. The bear soon leaves and the brave girls breathe a sigh of relief. Great willpower. Would you be able to stand still, knowing that you have the paws of a real wild bear on your shoulders? Follow the instructions. And here's another video of a bear encounter. Yeah, these guys are lucky. They're protected by the doors of the car, but there's more than one bear. There's a whole pack of bears on the road. The footage was recorded in Yellowstone National Park. Obviously, bears think they're more important than humans on this territory. But what did the owners of the car should do? The bears are curious about the visitors and decide to slowly take the car apart. Children are especially frightened as they watch the animals from the car. The situation gets worse, but at some point the woman remembers the instructions say to keep driving the car even if the bears encircle it. This advice saved the family and got the car out of the court. Mad elephant. Remember a few minutes ago we watched a video about people who tried to chase the elephant away at all costs. They succeeded, but what will happen if the elephant cannot be chased away? Just such a situation happened recently in eastern India. An adult male suddenly made a commotion, started wrecking parked cars, motorcycles, and destroyed about 100 houses. Apparently, the troublemaker had escaped from a local national festival in honor of which the city was holding an elephant parade. Yeah, you heard that right. Although the presence of elephants in the city limits is extremely dangerous, In some cases, exceptions are made for the sake of the country's sacred animals, and that's what these exceptions lead to. Wouldn't it be better to have the parade somewhere in the fields outside the city? Anyway, eventually, a sedative tranquilizer had to be used against the beast. Local rescuers then used a crane to lift the animal and transport it back to the shelter. Crocodile Farm. Have you ever seen the feeding process at a crocodile farm? Crocodiles are very greedy for food. For an extra bite, they even climb on top of each other, laying down in several layers under the wall. I wonder if they can make a ladder out of their bodies and climb up to the people. I hope not. However, the walls on this farm are still not high enough. It's creepy to watch the farm staff smiling nonchalantly. That's all, guys. Do you have some interesting stories of animal encounters? Share them in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you later.